The next Jurassic movie, Jurassic World Dominion, kicked off its ad campaign today with a special announcement about its first look in front of F9. I'm going to give you all the details, but also this first look at the movie, and we've got feathers. Oh boy! That tiny dinosaur, I believe that's a T-Rex jaw that he's next to, is absolutely adorable. One of my favorite reactions from you when I tweeted this out was the meme, "It's so fluffy," because it totally fits. But I wouldn't squeeze that guy if I were you. Because I'm sure he or she is also very deadly. Because I see those teeth under those feathers. Feathers hide teeth, something that did not occur to me until I saw it in action here. Quite frankly, with that patch of unruly hair in the back, he looks a bit like a Muppet, right? Or like a Dark Crystal character, which I find very amusing. Now, some people, I think, were afraid that putting feathers on dinosaurs would make them less scary. We're going to talk about that. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But I just want to talk about how I felt this first look came across. I think it's scarier, quite frankly, because you can see where dinosaurs came from, that they truly did evolve into birds. It makes you a little bit afraid of birds too, right? But it makes dinosaurs seem more real than ever, that they truly could have existed. I think before there was always this disjoint where like, that couldn't have actually happened. What? But when you see it with the feathers, you're like, I think that might have been real, and it would have been real bad to come across. But thankfully, we'll be observing from the safety of the multiplex, and I'm very, very excited. So this is interesting because slowly but surely, the global dinosaur business, and it is a business. This supports everything from entertainment to even museums. They rely very heavily on dinosaurs and have for decades. They've been shifting to the scientifically accurate update of everyone's favorite prehistoric creatures. Because, again, as I just said, while feathers on dinosaurs have been proven a while back, and makes a lot of sense considering that we know they evolved into modern birds and not lizards, a theory that the first Jurassic Park did address, but they didn't have any feathers. Also, I think it speaks to the ability of the VFX departments. I think it would have been very hard, even with when the first Jurassic Park movie was made, to do feathers on a dinosaur. I mean, that's really difficult CGI. But now, VFX departments can do absolutely anything. So they're like, you want some feathers on your dinosaur? Let's do it. On dinosaurs. They're going to have a lot of feathered dinosaurs. This is fantastic. So anyway, the dinosaur business was afraid, I think reasonably, that fluffy dinosaurs wouldn't be as marketable, right? Would children across the globe still be as delighted with a feathered dinosaur as they are with the ferocious, more lizard-type creatures that they had known for so long? After all, the Jurassic franchise itself has popularized non-feathered dinosaurs as late as Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. In fact, the new Velocicoaster in Orlando features featherless raptors from the Jurassic World movies. Is the new ride automatically incorrect? Right? Is Jurassic World Dominion going to make that ride already outdated? No, because thankfully, all the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World dinos are genetically engineered. So inaccurate dinosaurs can just be something that is blamed on business decisions made by greedy suits and scientists, which of course is a running theme in the Jurassic movies. I think that works out great. And it would also allow the Jurassic movies to have both types of dinosaurs going forward. They can make anything they want in the lab, as they have for the past few movies. I still loved it when the Indominus Rex laughed. That was so funny. I know some of you didn't like it, but I thought it was hilarious. All right, so recently, the American Museum of Natural History here in New York City, a great museum, which is big on the dino business. It's a big part of their identity. Well, they've been running exhibits which feature feathered dinosaurs, including some life-size models. And these test runs not only look impressive, but have delighted fans, including myself. I went to those exhibits, and it was creepy and cool simultaneously. You're like, boy, you thought a pigeon looked at you weird before. How about if it was bigger than you? It's so bad. All right, so anyway, I would think that the dinosaurs are smarter than birds. Birds, although I have to say, once I was on vacation and we were ambushed by birds, they had a plan of attack, just like velociraptors. Share your own crazy bird stories down below. But we were coming out of the food area, and one bird buzzed up from above. We had a tray of food, did a head buzz, grabbed the end of the tray of not the tray, but the little cardboard thing holding some food, lifted it off the tray in one fell swoop so that the food went on the floor, and there were birds waiting in the bushes on either side, just like velociraptors. It's freaky when you think about it, that they still know this plan of attack. They swooped in, grabbed all the food before we knew what happened, and we went in and got some more food. And they were very funny inside. They said, we don't train them to do that. And I should have been like, of course you don't. They've been doing that for millennia. All right, so anyway, fascinating stuff. Now, as franchises look to constantly evolve in a crowded entertainment landscape, it's very clever for Jurassic World Dominion to finally embrace feathered dinosaurs to have that something new quality. We've made a lot of Jurassic movies, sure, but never with feathered dinosaurs before. I dare you not to go. And you're like, okay, I'll go. Interestingly, these new feathered dinosaurs will debut side by side, something new with something old, original cast members, which we're all very excited about, with Jeff Goldblum not only returning yet again, hopefully with a bigger role this time than he had. He was just an add-on for Fallen Kingdom. But Sam Neill and Laura Dern are coming back. I am so excited about that. Joining, of course, Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. And speaking of the past, today Universal revealed that Jurassic World Dominion will feature a prologue that shows dinosaurs back when they originally ruled the Earth 65 million years ago. How fantastic is that? Universal promises action-packed scenes set to an incredible score by Michael Giacchino, which will include showing that fateful Mosquito drinking some dino blood, only for John Hammond to discover and exploit centuries later. Oh, I can't wait. How exciting for mosquitoes who are like, we bite stuff every day. And you're like, this was legendary. And don't be surprised if we see the meteor hit too. I bet we see the meteor hit. Something that animation has depicted often, but so far no live action movie has. It'll basically be animated as well, but it'll have that realistic look. It'll be like the 19? So with the pandemic passing, it's hard to remember. But you know how they updated The Lion King and you're like, it's still technically an animated movie, but it'll basically be like that for The Land Before Time. I think people are going to go nuts. It's very smart of Colin Trevorrow. Very, very smart. Yes, Colin Trevorrow is back. He directed, of course, Jurassic World, and he oversaw Fallen Kingdom, but he did not direct. That went to J.A. Bayona. I know some of you love to hate on that movie. I loved both films. I recently, in fact, rewatched them. I watched Jurassic Park, skipped over 2 and 3, and watched Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I had an incredible time. I highly recommend it. In fact, with the Jurassic World movies, I enjoyed them even more than when I originally saw them in theaters. And both of those last two movies made over $1 billion, no matter how much complaining some people do. And Universal has done an excellent job keeping this franchise going. They not only have the new movies, they have Camp Cretaceous on Netflix, which I've never watched, but many of you keep saying, Grace, you gotta watch it. I don't know, I still haven't done it. And then, of course, the theme parks are doing very well. In fact, they're not only adding this new Velocicoaster, but they've redone all the theme park lands to have the aesthetic of the new movies, instead of Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. And I love that. Fallen Kingdom and the follow-up short film that they did have set up dinosaurs ruling the Earth once again, making humans no longer the dominant species on the food chain. That's going to be awkward. And a new generation of dinosaurs will debut that are no longer being guided by businesses and scientists, but instead by nature. I'm sure there will be some guided by businesses and scientists too. It's a potpourri of entertainment. I can't wait. And it's not going to be like Dinotopia, I'll tell you that much. Maybe there'll be some place that really does a great job, but let's see. And we'll get our first look at Jurassic World Dominion with Fast 9, Universal's other monster franchise. They don't have a lot, but when they do, they're incredibly competitive. This exclusive special extended preview will be just in IMAX theaters. Not just only in theaters, but only in IMAX theaters. And will show part of the Cretaceous Period prologue and include 7 new dinosaurs never before featured in the Jurassic franchise. The preview is also said to feature some modern day scenes as well to get you super excited. Universal wants butts in the seats at theaters, which is why the special preview is again exclusive to IMAX theaters. But it will eventually find its way online, of course, unofficially at first, but then officially. And I wonder how long it will take Universal to officially release it. I would suspect maybe the Monday after release, because it's going to get out there. And so I think they would like a official, good quality, pirating is bad. I think if you want to discourage, just like you want to encourage people to go to theaters, you want to discourage pirating. And so hopefully on the Monday after release, we'll get a copy online. Jurassic World Dominion hits theaters next June, 2022. So how does this sound to you? Are you all in on feathered dinosaurs? Again, as I said, I suspect we'll have a mix. As again, those very popular lab-made ones are still loose from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. So again, scientists now can make whatever they want in this world, so I think they'll come up with some really cool stuff. My biggest concern, though, is Jurassic World and Jurassic movies in general outside of the theme park setting. They have always struggled with that. I liked Fallen Kingdom, but there were complaints. People like to see the theme park. So, and they went outside into the modern world at the end of Jurassic World. I believe it was 2, Steven Spielberg directed. I remember there was a T-Rex loose like at a gas station, I think I recall. Again, I didn't rewatch that one. And it did not work. So, but I have faith in Colin Trevorrow. I think he's going to do a good job, and I did enjoy that short film. So, will you go to IMAX theaters to see this special look, or will you wait for it to come online? And again, what are your thoughts about this new chapter in the Jurassic franchise? Share those thoughts down below. Subscribe today. And of course, as always, you can check out some more videos right now.